So it's now the second day of working on steering. I've ridden him a little bit before and just worked a little more on that steering. So the steering part is good now, and up to this point in time I've only steered him kind of in the direction he's already going in. So if we're going around here, I'll pick up on there and he would turn. We haven't started going in, haven't started steering in other directions. So the next thing I would start doing is, once they'll steer left and right like that, then I will start doing that right there. So I would make a turn there, come across the middle, then go the other way. They're still not very acute turns, they're not very sharp turns. I would just touch that, he heads across here, and then out here somewhere I just pick up on this rein and wait for him to make that turn. And see right there, once again, I'm still not interested in I'm still not worried about where he goes. So right then he made a bit of a U-turn. Don't feel the need to correct it at this point in time. I'm still working on teaching him to steer. So I'll just pick up on this rein here. He bends his head and turns his feet over here. Now I'll just pick up here and steer him off that way. So now we can almost do like a figure eight. I can touch this rein. He steers off over. Oh, he's not going towards my hand. He's going away from my hand. See that? Right there, he just went towards my hand. And I'll steer him off over this way. Let go, pick up here. That fence helps us there. Then what I'm going to start doing, now that he's steering really quite well now, so now I'm going to worry about where he goes to. Meaning I'm going to start to make him think about things. So if he makes a decision to go somewhere on his own, I'm going to go the opposite way. I've waited this long because I don't want to be trying to steer him somewhere he doesn't want to go when he doesn't know how to steer. So right now he's just going around this round pen, so I'm just going to steer him across this way. And when I let go right here, he drifts off to the right, so I'm going to steer him off to the left. I might just steer him back in here again. Right here, he's going to go right here. I'll catch him. We need some more forward motion. Now he's ducking in this way, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to pick up on this rein, just wait for that fence to turn him and go the other way. I'm going to get him really starting to think about where he goes to. And any decision he makes on his own, I'm going to go the opposite way. So if he's coming around here and for some reason he ducks in towards the middle or something, I would then turn towards the outside and go the other way. Right now he seems quite content to go around the outside, so I'll just steer him over this way and then see what happens here. Then he ducks off to the right, I'll just steer him to the left. That fence will catch him right there and he'll just go and go off the other way. When you do that, make sure you don't pull them through the turn. All they're going to do is tip their nose in towards that fence. I'll see if I can show you next time he does this. Okay, so I'll steer him off over here and see where he goes. So right here, I'm just going to tip his nose towards the fence. I'm not going to pull, I'm just going to tip his nose, ask for forward motion, and he's going to make that turn. If you pull them around that turn, you will teach them how to steer on their front feet, like they would put their front feet in the ground and pivot their hind end around. So he's ducking around here, I'm just going to pick up on this rein, steer him off the other way. He ducks in there, so I'm going to redirect his attention back over here and let go. There's some horses over here in the turnout that have started running around, and you see his attention has gone over into them. And now that he knows how to steer, I can steer him to redirect his attention away from that. He ducks over there, I'll just steer him off over here. Now see, he seems really focused on being over here, so I'm going to do something totally different. He said, I just want to be over here, so I'm going to come over here and I'm going to ask him to disengage. And I'm going to ask him, disengage some more. Disengage some more. I'm just going to keep asking him to disengage till he's kind of like, I'm not sure I like it over here. Maybe if I was to go over there. So see how far he is over this way now? Now he's going to duck off and go back over here because he's looking at those horses. So this time I'll bend him around this way. And I'll just start disengaging him. And I'll just keep disengaging him and keep disengaging him until he says, can I leave this spot? This spot's no fun. And so right there, I'll let him. See, he could have turned right then back to that spot. And see how much further over on the round pen he is now? He's not as excited about being over there. And see how far he is off the fence right there? He wasn't right on the fence. It's very important that when you're asking horses to do things, when you ask for something, when you get what you want, leave them alone. Because otherwise, wherever you go, if you ask them to do something and they do it and you keep asking, after a while they don't like being in that place. So I used that right there because his attention was way over there and all he wanted to do was duck in right here and go over that side of the round pen. So when he did, I took him over, let him go over there, and then I made sure there was no right answer when he was over there. And after a while he said, well, I don't want to be over there. So, you know, I'll just bend him around until he stops here. Then when he stops, I'll let go. So there is a right answer there. So a lot of times at clinics, a lot of horses I see that are really having a lot of trouble, it's because the whole time they're being ridden, there's no right answer. There's pulling and kicking the whole time. Whereas if you can, you know, we have to put pressure on them. We have to pull a little, kick a little to get things done. But you want to be very wary of how you do it. And like everything I asked him with the steering, I'd ask for it. When he'd turn, I'd let go. End of story. The only time I applied pressure and didn't ever let go was when he got really excited about being over there. And I let him go over there and I disengaged him and disengaged him and disengaged him till he said, I don't like this place because there is no right answer over here. Can I go over there? So anyway, that's you know, that's the next step in teaching a steer. He's ready to go outside, so I'm going to take him outside right now. Excuse me. I'm going to take him outside right now and do his first ride in the big arena. But if you think about how well that stuff went, this horse was really, really hard to get started. You know, the riding part's been fine. It was really, really hard to get him confident enough to be saddled. I mean, I saddled this horse. I've probably been working with this horse for probably 3 months now. Or probably worked with him for 3 months before I ever rode him. I know that seems like a long time. This horse's father was an Olympic jumping horse. Went to the Olympics in 1984, I think. These jumping horses, they're 12, 16 years old before they're any good. This horse, if I hadn't spent that much time getting him prepared to ride, he would have been a bit of a nutcase for the next 12 to 16 years, and people would always be trying to deal with those issues of him being worried about stuff. I saddled him every day for a month before I ever rode him, because it took him that long to get comfortable with the saddle. He would be walking around here and he'd look back at this stirrup over here and wah, off he'd go, like, you know. So I've taken my time with him, but you can see how quiet he is and how responsive he is, just because I've taken my time. So just think about that when you're working with a horse. You know, you're working with that particular horse. Don't think you're on a timeline, because I've seen a lot of 12-year-old horses at clinics that didn't know everything they should know before you ride them. And when we went back and fixed those problems, the problems they've been having for 6 or 7 years went away. You know, you could fix it in 2 days, sort of thing. So, I mean, this one wasn't a 2-day job. It took quite a while. But anyway, just think about that when you're working with your horse, and hope that helps. See you guys later.